Their journey brought them to the peaceful hermitage of the great sage Atri and his wife Anasui. They welcomed them with open arms and loving hearts. While Ram and Lakshman spoke with sage Atri, the sage wife Anasuya took Sita under her care. Anasaya was a woman of incredible virtue and power, and she was deeply impressed by Sita's devotion and her willingness to follow her husband into such a harsh life. My dear child, Anasuya said to Sita, her voice like a loving grandmother, your loyalty to your husband is a shining example for all women. You have chosen a difficult path, but your virtue will protect you. I wish to give you a gift. From her spiritual power, Anasuya produced divine gifts for Sita. She gave her a set of celestial garments that would never get soiled or torn. She gave her divine jewelry that would never lose its luster. And finally, she gave her a fragrant sandalwood paste that would never fade, keeping Sita's skin protected and beautiful forever. This will help you endure the hardship of the forest, my dear, Anasuya said with a smile. Sita accepted the gift with immense gratitude, bowing at the feet of the great sage's wife. These divine blessings were a sign that even in the deepest, darkest part of the forest, the gods and the wise one were watching over them. Strengthened and blessed, the three royals prepared to venture even further into the unknown dangers of the Dandaka forest. Leaving the peaceful hermitage of sage Atri, Ram, Sita and Lakshmana stepped into the true heart of the Dandaka forest. The woods immediately became darker and more threatening. The trees were so tall and dense that they blocked out the sun, casting mysterious shadows on the forest floor. The cheerful sound of the birds were replaced by the strange cries of the unknown creatures and a menacing silence. They walked cautiously, with Ram in the lead, Sita in the middle, and the ever watchful Lakshman at the rear, his bows always ready. They had travelled for some time when, without warning, a monstrous figure crashed through the trees, blocking their path. It was a Rakshas of terrifying appearance. He was as huge as a mountain, with deep-set fiery eyes and a gaping mouth filled with sharp fangs, and a long wicked-looking trident in his hand. He was smeared with the fat of animals and wore a tiger skin dripping with the flesh blood. The demon let out a roar so loud it shook the trees. "Who are you?" he boomed, his voice like thunder. "Two men dressed as hermits with a beautiful woman? What are you doing in my forest? I am Viradha, the terror of this village. I feast on the flesh of sages. I will take this woman as my wife, and I will drink the blood of you two impostors." Before they could even react, the monstrous Viradha lunged forward. With one giant hand, he snatched Sita and tucked under his arm. With his other hand, he lifted his massive trident and charged at the two brothers. Sita cried out in terror, "My lord, Lakshman, save me from this monster." Seeing Sita captured, a fiery rage erupted in both Ram and Lakshman. "Lakshman, do not fear for Sita," Ram shouted, his voice ringing with power. "We will destroy this foul creature. Let your arrows fly." Both brothers unleashed a volley of sharp, powerful arrows. The arrow flew straight and true, striking Viradha all over his massive body. But a strange thing happened. The arrows hit the demon's skin and then simply fell to the ground completely harmless. Viradha let out a booming laugh. Fools, you cannot harm me with your funny arrows. I have a boon from the god Brahma himself that no weapon can ever wound or kill me. He laughed again and began to walk away, carrying the terrified Sita with him. Rama's face hardened with determination. Lakshman, he is immune to our weapon, but not to our strength. We must fight him hand to hand. Like two lions attacking an elephant, they rushed at the giant. With incredible speed and power, they leaped onto the demon. Rama broke one of the demon's arms and Lakshman broke the other. The great trident fell from Viradha's caps with a loud clang. Howling in pain and shock, the demon drops Sita, who rushes to safety behind Ram. Now defenseless, Viradha was overpowered by the two brothers. As he lay on the ground, defeated, a look of understanding came into his eyes. Noble princess, the demon said, his voice no longer blooming but filled with strange sadness. I now know who you are. You are the great Ram, and your brother is the mighty Lakshman. It is my great fortune to be defeated by you. Ram and Lakshman look at him, surprised. I was not always a monster, Viradha explained. I was once a celestial being, a Gandharv named Tumburu. But because of my pride, I was cursed by the great sage Kubera to live this wretched life as a man-eating Rakshas. The curse could only be broken, he said, when the great Ram of the Ikshvadu dynasty would defeat me in battle and lay me to rest. You cannot kill me with weapons, but if you bury me, my soul will be set free. Ram, his heart filled with compassion, agreed. We will grant you your wish and free you from your curse. Ram and Lakshman dug a large pit. They placed the defeated demon inside it. As they filled the pit with earth, a radiant, shimmering light rose from the ground. The monstrous form was gone, and in place stood the handsome Gandharva Tumburu. Thank you, noble Ram, the celestial being said, his hands folded in gratitude. You have liberated me. As a final service, let me advise you. Travel from here to the hermitage of the wise sage Sarbanga. He is the great soul and will guide you on your path. With a final bow, the spirit of Tumburu vanished, rising up into the heaven. Ram, Sita, and Lakshman stood in the silent forest, having faced and overcome their first great trial in Dandaka, and now ready to continue their journey.